In 2022, over 319 million children and adolescents were overweight, including 160 million who were living with obesity. Obesity is rising all over the globe, becoming an epidemic affecting every country in the world. How much do you know about it? Good morning, His Excellency, honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Sandy Singh, a sophomore from the Faculty of Medicine and Pediatrics. It's such a privilege to be here to address the topic which is about obesity crisis. But before I begin, may I ask how many of you have eaten fast food this month? I bet it tasted good. But what you didn't know is that you're promoting the production of low-quality food, feeding obesity crisis in the world. Since our topic today is about obesity, let's first understand what obesity is. It's an accumulation of excessive body fat in an individual, and it causes increased risk to develop health complications. And it is a health condition that causes severe damage on individual minds and bodies. Now, I would like to know what categorizes a person as obese in your opinion. Perhaps someone who appears overweight more than his or her actual body size. But to put it in a more precise term, it is categorized by the body mass index or BMI, which is a general formula that draws a comparison between a person's height and weight to estimate the amount of fat in his or her body. For instance, if you have a BMI ranging between 25 to 29.9, then you're considered overweight. But if you have a BMI from over 30, then you're considered obese. Obesity is an epidemic health problem, and no one wants to become obese. But in today's society, we all were given a perfect recipe that will land us in a fight for our life. And it is not something that just simply happens. So we need to discover the source of obesity and attack this health issue from the very primary leading factor. We have to start with the source to help improve the life of so many people out there who are battling with this disease and to help those who are predisposed to a higher chance of developing it. So how does a person become obese? At its most basic, it is caused by energy imbalance. If the energy intake from the calories or the food you've eaten is greater than the energy output for the physical activities, then our body will store all those extra calories as fat. And in some cases, it is caused by our circumstances and choice. So every choice we make in our life will affect us, whether it be physically or mentally. So when you decide to make poor choices in what you consume or how active you are, then it will lead you to a life with an early death. Like, for example, whether you choose between lie down or exercise, junk food or between fruit and veggies or milk tea and water, or you choose to be healthy or unhealthy. Everything you choose, whatever you choose, it will affect us as an individual. What else? We have calorie-dense processed food and many more unhealthy food, as well as growing portion sizes, together with the marketing strategies from the food company, and scarce resource, as well as the lack access of healthy, affordable food. And it can create even greater risk of obesity in disadvantaged communities. Additionally, our genetic makeup also plays a part. Studies on families and separated twins show a causal hereditary relationship with weight gain. And recent studies have also shown a link between obesity and the variation of bacterial species that living in our digestive system. So obesity is a global crisis, and the impact of obesity cannot be overlooked because the obese people are compromising their life, and this is what leads to various health issues like heart disease, stroke, hypertension, cancerous disease, or arthritis. And the obesity condition can also lead to low self-esteem and depression. Once a person becomes obese, it is making it difficult to recover, and the time to recovery becomes progressively steeper. And this is due to hormonal and metabolic change. It reduces the body response to overeating, making it much more difficult to shed the excess fat. Also, when you gain weight, it causes damage to the signaling pathway, making it's increasingly difficult for the brain to measure the amount of food you've taken and the fat storage in our body. Alright, so we know what the problem is. We know what causes the problem. We know what effect does it affect us. Now let's jump to the solution. One of the most popular treatments for obesity is the intake of pills as well as drugs and surgical methods. All of those methods might sound simple or easy, but they carry some risk factors for the patient. And all of those methods, they have only one goal, which is to make a person consume less food. Because think about this, the less food one eats, the fewer calories that go inside the body, and thereby reducing the level of obesity. However, we can also prevent obesity by, for example, getting regular moderate exercise like walking, swimming, or biking for 20 to 30 minutes every day, eating healthy diets composed of nutritious food like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and lean protein. Also, you have to moderate the amount of high-calorie foods and those high in saturated or trans fat. Let's recap what we've spoken about today, which is the obesity crisis. Obesity is the most visible yet most neglected problem in the society. It is caused by energy imbalance, poor life choices, calorie-dense processed food, and genetic makeup, and it increases the risk of heart disease and cardiovascular disease and diabetes. Even though treatments are available, but they still carry some risk factors for the patient. So a healthy living lifestyle is the most important thing to deal with obesity. There's a very famous saying that prevention is better than cure. So it is highly advisable to control your weight gain process and to avoid as many problems as possible that may land you in serious health conditions. I am sure that if people gain awareness on the effect of obesity, how to lose weight, and why it is important to lose weight, then a change can definitely come into our society. As a result, many people out there, they don't have to live under the fear of being attacked by this deadly disease. A fit body, a sound mind can lay a strong foundation and can work towards better tomorrow. So let's make a point to enlighten as many people as possible on this diabetes crisis and encourage a healthy eating habits to encourage health to prevent this deadly disease. Thank you.
Thank you, Simpson. To begin, I would like to pay my highest respect to His Excellency, all the judges, and all the attendees. For I, Yin Sa, would like to perform a speech about attention deficit hyperactivity disorder, or maybe we go by ADHD to be short. Before we start our topic, I would like to ask you one question. Have anyone here ever heard of ADHD before? I can see that some of you may have and some may have not. So, do you know that ADHD used to be called as ADD back in the day? Anyone knows? Well, it was called as ADD, attention deficit disorder, back in the prior 1897. But it was later changed into ADHD in order to encompass more of the symptoms that people with ADHD often experience. So for some of you that have never heard of ADHD before, you might be wondering, what is ADHD anyway? So let's get to the point. ADHD refers to a mental health disorder, or we can say a neurodevelopmental disorder to be exact. It's a combination of persistent problems such as difficulty in paying attention, hyperactiveness, and impulsiveness. According to experts, this is the most common neurodevelopmental disorder that occurs during childhood. And in fact, this condition is often diagnosed in this phase of life. Plus, though we think of ADHD as a childhood condition, it often continues into adulthood or even becomes lifelong. The symptoms in which it affects children and teenagers can be are well defined, and it's often diagnosed at the age of 6. And it can happen in more than one situation, either at home, at school, or at work. But ADHD in adult, it's hard to define because this is due to the lack of research into adults with ADHD. Due to ADHD being a developmental disorder, we think of it's believed that it cannot develop into an adult without it appearing during their childhood. And how ADHD affects children or teenagers can be vary from how it affects the adult. For example, adults with ADHD, their hyperactiveness and impulsiveness may have decreased, while the inattentiveness still tends to remain as the pressure of the adult's life increased. So it can be said that adult symptoms of ADHD are more subtle than ADHD that happen to children or teenagers. So you have heard of me saying the word symptoms many times, but you might be wondering, what are the symptoms of ADHD? Well, the symptoms of ADHD, let me present this to you. It's divided into two categories, being the first one is inattentiveness, and the second one is hyperactiveness and impulsiveness. The main signs of inattentiveness, the first categories are that people with ADHD, they tend to have short attention span and they can get distracted easily. They find it hard to stick to tasks that are tedious or time-consuming. They often appear to be forgetful, or they often misplace things or keep on losing things all the time. And it can be hard for them to organize their tasks properly, and they also can find it hard to listen to or carry out instruction properly. Plus, they often switch tasks without finishing the old one. Like, for example, if you were to be a friend with someone with ADHD, you might see them in 1 minute they are doing the dishes, but in the next minute they're starting doing laundry even though their dishes is undone. So yeah, that's how forgetful they can be. That is not them doing it on purpose. It's just them forgetting what they are doing and then starting a new task. And that is the inattentiveness, the first categories of the symptoms of ADHD. The second categories of ADHD is that hyperactiveness and impulsiveness. You might the main sign of it are that people with ADHD they often unable to sit still. They can't sit still, especially in quiet situation. They often you will notice them constantly fidgeting all the times. They often act on impulse, blurting out responses, and often interrupt conversation. And plus, they have very little or no sense of danger, and most of them are impatient. They can't wait for their turn. That's why they often blurting out responses to and interrupt conversation. And plus, they often act on impulse, they act without thinking. You will see them, example, you will see them sitting and then just sitting still, listen in class, they're just sitting still and listen to a professor trying to explain a theory about something. But in the next second, they will just hit a random person next to them. And that's how they act on impulse. And this might not always be the case, but there are also other conditions that can coexist with this condition as well. Being the first one, the most common one is depression. This is due to the everyday challenges, everyday challenges in daily tasks of life. Like people with ADHD, they have to organize their tasks, organize their activities, or maintain focus all the time, because if they don't do that, then everything they are working for will fail. So they have to focus on tasks all the time. They have to maintain their focus. That's why it can lead to chronic state of stress and frustration, which can contribute into the feelings of hopelessness and depression. One more thing. Due to people with ADHD's forgetfulness, restlessness, and their trouble focusing on tasks, it can have their anxiety separated from their ADHD as well. Plus, autism spectrum and autism spectrum and ADHD have some of the same symptoms, or having one other condition can also lead to you having the other condition. And the last condition that I'm going to mention is bipolar disorder. This is the condition that often found in adults with ADHD, and with comorbidity estimated between 5.1 to 47.1%. And this is all I have for this speech. Thank you for your attention.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to pay my highest respect to His Excellency, greeting to all the judges, lecturers, and everyone attending here. My name is Song Tai Fong, a medical student, a year 2 medical student from International University. And I feel super honored to be standing right here to talk about my topic, which is about blood type. So before I dive into my topic, I would like to ask everyone some questions. Do you know what your blood type is? Raise your hand if you do. And if you do you know what it means? If you said yes, it's fine because I'll be explaining to you what your blood type means. So I have divided my topic into 4 main parts. The first one is about the ABO system. The second one is about the RH system. The third one is about blood type compatibility. And lastly, it's about why knowing your blood type is important. So before I get into my first main point, which is about the ABO system, I would like to introduce some keywords. The word antigens refer to a certain type of protein that can be found on the surface of the red blood cells. The word antibodies refer to something that's just floating around in your plasma. So firstly, my first main point, which is about the ABO system. I think some of you have probably heard about the ABO system, right? Whether you have the blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, or the blood type O. The type of blood that you have is a direct indication of the type of antigen presenting on the surface of the red blood cells. So for example, if you have the blood type A, that indicates the presence of the antigen A's on the red blood cell surface with anti-B antibodies. However, if you have the blood type B, that indicates the presence of the antigen B with anti-A antibodies. So now you're probably wondering, how about the blood type AB and the blood type O? The blood type AB indicates the presence of both antigen A and antigen B, but with no antibodies. On the other hand, the blood type O is the complete opposite of this. It has no antigens, but has the both anti-B and anti-A antibodies. So moving on into the RH system. The RH system is a little bit simpler than the ABO system. It has 2 types, RH positive and RH negative. RH positive indicates the presence of RH antigens presenting on the red blood cell, whereas RH negative just simply indicates that they are not. So after learning about your blood type, let's talk about your blood type, how your blood type compatibility works. Your blood type compatibility works on a mechanism called agglutination. Agglutination is a type of reaction that occurs when the same type of antigen and the same type of antibodies exist in one system, resulting in blood clot that may lead to multiple organs failure or sudden death. So we don't want that, and how it works is that we're trying to avoid the same type of antigens from the donor to be the same type of antibodies for the recipient. So let's look at some example. If you have the blood type A, you can receive from the blood type A itself and the blood type O. And if you have the blood type B, you can receive from the blood type B itself and the blood type O as well. For the blood type AB, you can receive from any type of blood, doesn't matter whether it's the blood type A, blood type B, blood type AB, or the blood type O. However, the blood type O can only receive from the blood type O itself. But hey, let's not forget about the RH system. The RH system also plays a role in blood type compatibility. Rh positive can receive from both Rh positive itself and Rh negative, whereas Rh negative can only receive from the Rh negative itself. So let's look at some example. If you have the blood type A negative, you can receive from the blood type A negative itself and the blood type O negative. While if you have the blood type A positive, you can receive the blood type A positive, A negative, O positive, or O negative. For some special cases, such as the blood type AB positive, can receive from any type of blood regardless of the ABO system or the Rh system. Resulting from the blood type AB positive having no antibodies, which makes the blood type AB positive the universal recipient. On the other hand, the blood type O negative can only receive one type of blood, which is the blood type O negative itself, as a result of having all the antibodies. But on the bright side, the blood type O negative can be donated into any type of blood, doesn't matter which makes the blood type O negative the universal donor. So after listening up to until this point, you're probably wondering, why does knowing your blood type important? So to answer that, I have come up with two main points to prove to you. The first one is about blood transfusion, and the second one is about Rh incompatibility. For the blood transfusion, let's say, for example, if one of your family members got into an accident and in need of blood transfusion for the surgery, if everyone in the family didn't know their blood type, it would take some time for everyone to get their blood type test done, as they are the primary donor for the patient. But if everyone in the family had already known their blood type, there's two possibilities for this. The first one is one of the family members has the blood type that is compatible with the patient, so immediate blood transfusion will be done. However, if the blood type of the family members isn't compatible with the patient, they would still use that time to look for the blood from other sources, such as other hospital or other people that they know. The second one is about Rh incompatibility. Rh incompatibility means that the father-to-be has Rh positive blood, while the mother has Rh negative blood, conceive a baby together, and the fetus has Rh positive inherited from the dad. During the labor, there would be some blood crossover between the mother and the child. As a result of this, the mother's body will develop Rh antibodies in her system. So the second time around that she conceives another baby, the Rh antibodies in her system will attack the Rh positive fetus that may lead to the death of the child if it isn't properly taken care of. To conclude my topic, I think that knowing your blood type is really important, and I encourage everyone to get their blood type test done, whether it's in a clinic, a laboratory, or you can do rapid blood type tests. And lastly, I encourage everyone to donate their blood. And my quote for today, your live tall effort can give others a second chance at life. Thank you.
So, first of all, I would like to pay my high respect to His Excellency, judges, teachers, and all participants here. My name is P. Sokchori, a contestant from FY12 class and also a foundation year student of Faculty of Pharmacy at IU University. And for today, I'm really excited to be standing here and present you guys one interesting topic, which is about depression. So before I move on to my topic, I would like to ask all you guys here a question. Have you ever felt depressed? Okay, I do. I feel like very depressed whenever we have exam or whenever I have problem. Even whenever I have problem with my boyfriend or break up with my baby boy. Okay, I'm really sad. And I think you guys are sad too. You know, nowadays people are really stressed in their life with their family, life education, and also many more stories. So today, I'm gonna tell you guys about
the point or the step that can cause people to have depression. So I have 3 points to tell all of you guys. So for the first point is what is depression and why depression happens. And for the second point, I would like to tell all you guys how depression can affect people's health, can affect our life, and can affect our society, especially our country. And for the last point, if all of you are depressed because you break up with your baby, so how your baby boy or your sugar daddy, so how can you get out this depression? So let's move on to the first point. What is depression? Depression is a kind of disease that causes or affects people feeling. When we are sad, it's also a kind of depression. But depression, there are many steps of depression. Some people, they have depression, but they don't know that they have depression because it's just a small step, or it's just a step that started to cause depression. But some people, they are really affected to depression, and it really affects our life. And why? Why depression happens to people? Do you know that nowadays there are millions of people that have depression? According to the World Health Organization, depression can cause not only because of us, but because of our family, our society, and also our country as well. You know, sometimes when we are the student, we also get depression because of what? Because we need to study. We are stressed because of final exam, midterm exam, speaking contest. Oh, I'm so stressful. That also causes to depression. And for the second point, because of family, because of job problem. Like some people, they work and work again and again, day by day, many hours. I feel so depressed. I just want to sleep all day, all night, thinking of happy story without thinking of this job, why I was born and do job every day, why I don't have time to relax like other people. That's also cause depression. And the third point, is that because of our society. You know, sometimes we feel like in this society, it's so stressful. There are many problems in this society, in our country, that we need to solve. And sometimes we need to find those solutions that now I don't know. How can I solve this problem that happened to my life? And then those people that have a lot of problems can cause to depression as well. So let's move to the second point. If all of you guys are depressed or depression, so what can it affect to our life? Do you know that there are many people nowadays that commit suicide because they have depression? They feel so bored. They feel so uncomfortable with their life. They don't want to live on this planet anymore. Why? Because they feel like lost feeling, emotional, and their emotional swing. Like for 1 minute, they feel like, oh, I'm happy with my life. For the second minute, they feel like, why my life become like this? Feel like so terrible. I don't want to live anymore. There are millions of people now that commit suicide because they have depression. And for the third point, if all of you guys here have depression, how can you get out of this depression? I mean, how can you get better? So for the first point is from yourself, your family, and also society as well. So from ourselves, we ourselves should change our habit. Like we can think of good things that happen in our life, not only bad things. You know why people that have depression, they commit suicide? Because that they think that, why my life is like this? But they forget to think about the moment or the happy moment that they have in their life. That is why they think that their life is meaningless, like so terrible. So, and for the second point is that family and society. So if you know that your family members, your friends, or someone that you know that they have depression, you can motivate them to do many things that can improve their life to become better like us nowadays. And the last point is to take medicine and go to meet the doctor, because the doctor can give you guys a lot of advantage and also advice to improve and to make you better and become like normal people. In conclusion, I want to tell all of you guys that depression is a kind of disease that can really affect our life because it really hard to understand about depression people. Sometimes we see that that person is sad, that person is stressful, and we thought that it's okay. But some people not okay. They really need help, but they don't know what to say. Okay, and if if you don't want to have depression, so don't be stressed. Be chill. Like be happy with your life. Chill. Break up. It's okay. I can find another one. Well, it's okay. I can exam again. It's okay. That is okay. That's not late to do anything. So for the last minute here, I want to tell all you guys that be who you are, not be the world that want you to be. And thank you so much for listening to my speaking. Thank you.
Thank you, T. Saw Chawi, for your presentation. Kim Narapito from the Faculty of Medicine and Pediatrics. He will be presenting about why pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine.
Before I start, I would like to pay my high respect to His Excellency, the university higher-ups, all professors, and everyone else here. My name is Kim Narapito. I'm a foundation year student from the Faculty of Pediatrics and Medicine. And today I'm here to present a somewhat controversial topic, that is why pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Now immediately after you hear me say that, what is he talking about? Pediatrics, most important branch? What about other branches of medicine like cardiology, pathology, geriatrics? What about psychology? What about all of those other branches? Well, to each of their own importance. But that is why I am here today. I'm here today to convince you all why pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Now, before I start listing all the reasons, I would like to ask everyone here that is present a question. Anyone here who has been born and immediately an adult? Anyone? No. Everyone start off as a child, and this will emphasize my point later, that no one start off as an adult. Everyone start off as a child. Now, I will start to begin listing all the reasons why I think pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Now, if it were up to me, I would be here all day, because in my opinion, there is an infinite amount of reasons why pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Unfortunately, our competition only allow me a limited amount of time to present. So I pick up 6 most important reasons why I think pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Now, I will start with asking, what is pediatrics? Pediatrics is a field or branch of medicine that focus on the disease of children. Pediatricians are doctors who specialize in pediatrics, usually managing and monitoring children from birth to the age of 18. Now, I will start listing the reason. And for reason number 1, I also think it's the most important reason, is pediatrics is the foundation for lifelong health. Pediatrics provide foundation for lifelong health. A child's well-being is the foundation which our future generation is built upon. Now, if you think about it, children are the backbone of future generation. Childhood is the most critical period of a child's life. They experience rapid growth mentally and physically. But it is also a critical period where they are acceptable to many disease in general, chronic disease, genetic disease, mental issue. So it is a pediatrician job to ensure that that child is healthy and have intervention if there are any problem, ensuring that that child will grow up to be a healthy adult. A healthy adult means a robust, productive society. Reason number 2, preventive care. The most significant contribution that pediatrics has done for people worldwide is preventive care. What is preventive care? Preventive care as in a form of vaccine, as in a form of education, educating the general public, what nutrients, what exercise an adolescent should do, and children's safety. Now let me go back to talking about vaccine for a bit. Pediatrics administer vaccination. So let me ask another question. Everyone here has been vaccinated, right? I hope so. Well, if you didn't know, according to the World Health Organization, from 1974 to 2024, vaccines have saved 157 million lives. And the infant mortality rate has been decreased from, the infant mortality rate back in 1974 was 40%. That is almost coin toss odd. Now, I would like to stop and think about that for a moment. 40% in 1974. If you are born in 1974, toss a coin. The chances are you might not even survive. So the odds are increased significantly and the quality of life is improved tremendously thanks to pediatrics and pediatricians. Number 3, unique medical need. Well, children are not adults. An adult is sick, they go to the doctor. Hello doctor, I have a sore throat. And maybe it's not exactly a sore throat. Maybe there's a fish bone that gets stuck in the throat. Well, at least the doctor can easily and quickly identify where the problem is, narrowing down to the exact problem and issue why. Well, can a child do that? I don't think so. Some of them don't even know what a throat is. Can a baby do that? What can a baby tell the doctor? Cry? No. So that is why pediatricians is important, because they are specially trained to identify these symptoms and to be able to detect these issues that may manifest on children differently than these diseases that manifest onto adults. So ensuring that they live healthy and transition into a healthy adult. Number 4, genetic and chronic disease. Well, childhood is the most vulnerable time of a person's life. A child is susceptible to many diseases, and most of these might be a genetic disease inherited from their parents, or it could be a chronic disease that's stuck around. Well, common diseases that are found in children that need special care, I would list them such as asthma, diabetes, congenital heart disorder, and more. Well, let me ask you this. No, I'm willing to make a bet that at least one person in this room knows someone that has asthma. Now let me ask you this. Is that person's life different from yours? Probably not. They probably live a normal life, and that is a big part thanks to a pediatrician doing their job, giving them treatment or giving them a form of relief like an inhaler. So, point number 5, mental health. A mentally healthy children is equally important to a physically healthy children. Like, if a child is healthy mentally, they are more likely to be healthy physically. And it is important for a pediatrician to detect signs of mental disorder from a young age, such as anxiety, depression, ADHD, or a child that is in special need and is on the autism spectrum. They need to make referral to a specialist or give the child encouragement so the child can grow up into a healthy adult. Say it with me again. A healthy child equals a healthy adult. A healthy adult means a productive society. And number 6, advocate for the patient. What do I mean by this? Well, children are not adults. Adults can advocate for themselves what they need. Children cannot do that. Can a child rally up and be like, we need COVID vaccine, we need malaria vaccine? They can't do that. They need pediatricians to advocate for them, to educate the general public on what's good for them, what nutrition they should take, what exercise an adolescent should do, child safety, and importantly, what vaccination a parent should give their child or vaccination a child should take. So ensuring that the child is healthy and all the child needs are comprehensively met. Now, in conclusion, in the field of medicines, I think pediatrics is indispensable. It provides immediate care, it provides preventive care, it provides long-term care, and I don't think any other field come close to being important as pediatrics, because pediatrics is the foundation of lifelong health. And before I end, I would like to say, I hope I did a good job today convincing you all why pediatrics is the most important branch of medicine. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I would like to show my higher respect to His Excellency Dr. Naborong, the Vice Principal of University, and judge, lecturer, management team, staff, and students. My name is T. Eiling. I am a second year student of International University. And first, before I'm starting my topic, I have some questions to ask you guys. The question is, Do you feel good when you staying with your, like when you're spending time with your friend? Please raise your hand up. Okay, yeah, thank you. So my topic today is I'm going to talk about happiness chemical. What is happiness chemical? Happiness chemical is referred to neurotransmitter or hormone in your body and your brain are associated with feeling of happiness and well-being. One is pleasure. Yeah. And it's also a science that which are divided into 4 types. Firstly, type is dopamine. What is dopamine? Dopamine is referred to making you feel better when you achieve something or completing a task. Like, for example, like you achieve your goal. That your goal is you noting before. You when you feel hungry, you will go to buy something that you like, you wanna eat, right? So when you eat, you feel enough and you feel better too, right? One more is when you're tired, you go to sleep and get enough sleep, also better. The secondly type is serotonin. Serotonin is a boost of your mood and have your feeling calm. It can be like natural walk, a sun exposure. One more is mindfulness. Thirdly, of type is about oxytocin. Oxytocin is create your feeling with love and bonding, especially through touch and social connection. For example, when you go to helping other, you make a new friend, you have a conversation to exchange intelligence, especially when you staying with your lover and he hugs you and he gives you a motivation. Lastly, of type is endorphin. Endorphin is a reducing of pain and stress. When they make you feel better when you did the activities such as laughing, you go to exercise, and you listen to music. Finally, happiness chemicals is a pressure of life with a meaningful and it also have a type. I also have a type, and I also did it too. I also make that activity. Usually do that activity that make my life better too. In addition, I want to give you some advice. Like when you have a problem and you feel stressed, you need to solve it step by step. And don't you shouldn't overthink. You should give up and you should do it love, do it like, just enjoy life. And remember what when their life, there's both happiness and sadness. That's all. Thank you for your listening.
Thank you, Jay Lin, for your presentation.
First of all, I would like to pay my high respect to judges and everyone in this hall. So as you can see, I was carrying a baby, right? So are you sure that it was a baby? No. Why? Let me show you. Can you guess what I'm holding? No. Why? No one's answering. Okay, so I will tell you the answer. I'm not holding a baby. I'm holding an object that represents a baby. So can you guess my topic? It's not about pregnancy, but it's about abortion. So what exactly is abortion has to do with my major, has to do with our topic today. So back in 2 years ago, on TikTok, I found a debate that happened in the US. Can you guess what are they debating and where are they debating? Okay, let me tell you. They were debating about the actual choice, right? Pro-life and pro-choice. They were debating whether they should keep this baby inside their belly. Okay, can you imagine I'm walking on this stage with a big belly? One of you may judge me. Why? Because we live in Cambodia. We are covered by cultures, and those cultures carry us every single day. So many women most likely not to get pregnant before they turn themselves into a woman or a lady, or let's say before they get married. Because why? People will judge, and who judge? You, me, everyone, including you. Don't lie to yourself. If you see me walking on stage with a big belly, you would laugh. But is it funny? No. Why? Because ending a pregnancy is like killing a person. So raise your hand if you agree with me. You would like to kill these living things inside your body. If you agree, it doesn't mean you kill a person. Actually, you save yourself. For example, based on real story, there was a friend of mine. She lives in Philippines. She is a Filipino, and she almost committed suicide. Why? There was a 48-year-old man. Not a man. He's not a man. He raped my friend. She almost killed herself, and her family didn't support her with the abortions. Well, but in the end, she died. And she was a friend of mine. Okay, so she gave me the permission to talk this topic in public. Why? Because it's true. Why don't we change this law? But luckily, in our country, thankfully, we all support abortions. It is legal here. We can't just walk on stage and talk. We can't just say about it. We can't just do anything about it because it's legal. But do you really think it is good? Honestly, no. Why? Because you have to say first, why people choose abortion? You may say, oh, because they did not use protection. They did not use it. And so it's funny. It's hilarious. But deep down, is it funny? No. So apparently, according to the research that I did research on this morning, according to a website called verywellhealth.org, they say there are several reasons, but I only talk 3. The first one is financially. Alright, so I am here not because I want to, because I need to, because I enjoy the state. But do you enjoy getting pregnant? No. And are you sure that you have the right amount of money to get pregnant? No. Why? Because we are students. So financial support is important, but can it be emotional support? Okay, so let's say I am a married woman. I have a child, but I don't want it. But my husband insists me to keep a child. But do I want it? No. Why? Because I was too young. So if I calculate my age when I graduate from this major, I would be 23 years old. You say, oh, okay, she's a woman, she's a lady. It is okay to get pregnant. But do I be able to get pregnant at that age? And do I want to support my child? But I'm just merely 20s. I would love to spend my youth, and I would love to travel the world or do whatever I want. And secondly, about this is treatment. Right, so I was holding this. So you may wonder why I hold these things. Right, there are two types of abortions: medical and surgical. And surgically, it doesn't directly surgical. It just takes 10 to 15 minutes through the surgery process. And the medical abortion is when you are using a pill and you may got a suicide like. And this will dissolve this little thing right here into a blood and cause a healthy trend. So it might hurt your ability and it may hurt your heart as well because you are killing your child. But do you want it? No, because what if you have HIV? So the child wouldn't survive as well. So it is okay to take abortions. In my conclusion right here, I would love for all of you to share your thoughts about anything. Not technically you can say whatever you want, but in a limited stage. And one more thing is that it is okay to talk about your body in a morally, in a good way, but do not let anyone sexualize your body, your thoughts, and anything else. Well, in conclusions, as I mentioned earlier, the most important part why people take abortions is financially, but that's not the big point, is emotionally. They do not dare to look in directly to your eyes. But can you feel emotions? Well, I cannot. So that is all for my speaking, and I hope you enjoy it. Good night.
Thank you, Ms. Ju Anya, for your presentation.
Next, congratulations to Siêu Thiên Sơn.
Third place goes to from the Department of Social Science.
Congratulations to Thao Xian Hai, Lee Se Ho.
Sixth place goes to Gong Nara Tito from the Department of Business and Recruitment.
Congratulations to Miss Sum Cindy.
Congratulations to Yin Rekha from Business and Recruitment.
Congratulations to Chu Anya.
Congratulations to Jia Montai.
Congratulations to Song Tai Fong.
Congratulations to Somali Rachana.
Congratulations to Nisopa.
Congratulations to Song Sok Visai.
Alright, only one last person left. Congratulations to Mr. Sobratana.